Kings Valley. The Valley of the Kings is the most famous burial place in Egypt and the world. The Valley of the Kings is located among the mountains in the Egyptian city of Luxor. This place was chosen by the kings of the modern state to be their eternal residence after death. The place includes the tombs of the 18th dynasty until the end of the 20th dynasty. There were many reasons that prompted the kings of the modern state to choose this valley as the location of their burial tombs. The first thing is that this place is far from grave robbers who appeared in the era of the New Kingdom. The second thing is the sanctity that the place of the Valley of the Kings has. It is the seat of worship of the god Merit Seher, and its name means that she lives in peace, or that she lives in silence. She is the patron goddess of the western mainland region, and her worship was combined with the worship of the goddess Hathoth, the god of beauty, motherhood, and music, among the ancient Egyptians. The third thing is that it is customary to have the ancient Old Kingdom and the Middle Kingdom opposite the kings in the form of a pyramid, and the top of the mountain embracing the tombs, ending with a pyramidal top, because of the belief in the idea of burial in a pyramidal form. The kings of the New Kingdom made their graves in this place. The Valley of the Kings includes 63 tombs dating back to the New Kingdom era, from the era of King Thutmose I until the era of King Ramses XI, the last king of the 20th dynasty. The tombs in the Valley of the Kings belong to kings, princes, and all prisoners of the ruling family. The tombs began to appear at this time after King Ahmose expelled the Hyksos from Egypt and began to restore governance and security to the country. After him came the reign of King Amenhotep the first, who wanted to separate the tomb in which he would be buried after death from the temple for fear of tampering with grave robbers, to preserve his body after death and rest in peace in eternal life. And King Amenhotep I first set up his court near the temple. But when King Thutmose I arrived, he ordered the engineer to search for a remote and safe place to dig his grave in. And already the engineer has reached the current place of the Valley of the Kings. He excavated the tomb of King Thutmose I. Thus, King Thutmose I is considered the first king to make a cemetery in the Valley of the Kings. After that, the kings continued to dig their tombs in the Valley of the Kings until the end of the 20th dynasty. And at the end of the 20th dynasty, the burial in the Valley of the Kings ceased. The Valley of the Kings region is divided into two parts, East Valley and West Valley. The Eastern Valley was known to the ancient Egyptians as Ta-set-at, meaning the Great Place. It was called the Valley of the Baban Kings. The Valley of the Kings witnessed many events that led to the transfer of royal mummies and their reburial in other burial places. The reason for the transfer of royal mummies was in the 18th dynasty. The western city of Thebes became full of workers, priests, and temple servants. The idea of stealing tombs appeared, and it was a big profit for thieves at this time. The tomb of King Tutankhamun was broken into 10 or 15 years after his death, but in the era of King Seti I and his son King Ramses II, security prevailed again, and the tombs remained safe for a short time, and soon chaos returned again after the death of King Ramses, and at the end of the 20th dynasty, Egypt was on the way to decline, and the theft of tombs increased, and that's what we'll find out in the next episode.